And welcome to Scottie Sports Talk, streaming live from the campus of Highland Community College and the Stadium Center. As seasons come to an end, new ones are beginning here at Highland Community College, and we're going to keep you up to date with everything happening in this week's episode. Highland football got their 7th win of the year as they defeated Coffeyville Community College 48-10 in their last regular season home game. The Scotties went 5-0, a perfect season at home. The volleyball season came to an end on Saturday afternoon as they lost in the District M tournament game to Fort Scott. And men's and women's basketball have started off their seasons last week. The women are 2-0 and the men are 1-1, and we'll catch you up with their seasons in just a few moments. Joining us this evening, head volleyball coach John Bengesser, head football coach Aaron Arnold, and head men's basketball coach Jerry Cole. Also, the women's basketball team is in action tonight, and we'll keep you posted throughout the show to let you know how that game's going as they're taking on William Penn University Junior Varsity in Oskaloosa, Iowa. We're going to take a short break, and when we return, we'll be joined by John Bengesser to talk about Scottie volleyball and the end of their season. You're watching Scottie Sports Talk. And welcome back to Scottie Sports Talk, streaming live from the campus of Highland Community College. Now joining us, head women's volleyball coach John Bengesser. John, welcome back to the show.
Thanks.
John, the season finally came to an end this past weekend as you lost to Fort Scott at the District M tournament hosted by Coffeyville. Going into this past weekend, getting ready to play Fort Scott, that game was kind of set up, the number 17, number 18 team in the nation, set up to be a good one. Take us back to the tournament and that loss against Fort Scott.
Well, that's true. Both teams were ranked 17th and 18th and 4 and 5 going into the district tournament. We knew that it was a tough draw. Fort Scott, we beat them here 3-0, and that was a big win for us. So I knew that they would probably give us their best game, and they did.
You had a handful of girls who left their mark in the conference, the Kansas Jayhawk Community College Conference this season. I'll read about some of their statistics, and then we'll comment on them afterwards. Tyresia Lukes in the conference, she finished second in kills with 430, third in solo blocks with 64, and second in total blocks with 141. She received all-tournament team in 2 different tournaments this season and received Player of the Week in Week 9. Sophomore Shaylee Cottle in the conference was third in kills with 419. She had 7 double-doubles this season. Freshman setter Megan Rule ended third in the Jayhawk Conference in set assists with 1,183. Received all-tournament team in the Triton Invitational and had 12 double-doubles this season. And freshman Leslie Polanco led the team in digs with 458 and received all-tournament team in the Triton Invitational, and she posted 11 double-doubles this season. So those are some very, very good numbers and good seasons for some quality players.
Yes, those very impressive stats, and all 4 of those girls should be very proud of themselves as well as our entire team.
How do you feel the spots that the sophomores are leaving, and what do you expect from the freshmen and new recruits you're going to have coming in as they transition into next season?
Well, I think, like I've said all season, I think our sophomores have really set a strong tone of what expectations we have, and those freshmen are going to continue that next year, and it's going to make that much easier in terms of recruiting for those new girls to come in. They already know where we're at. I think we're going to start our season next year exactly where we left off this year, the same as we started this season exactly where we left off last year, so I know that it's just a continuation.
Coach, 16 of your 24 wins were won in 3 straight sets this year. Starting your season, is that something you thought would be possible? Going 16 of those 24 wins would be knocked out in 3 straight sets?
Honestly, we never really think about beating a team 3-0. We always say it, let's go out there and just thump them, let's pound them, let's beat them, sweep them 3-0. But volleyball, especially a 3 out of 5 set game, it's so... You never know really what's going to happen. You could pound somebody and then turn around and all of a sudden you've just lost by 10, So there's always that one set that you never realize. But definitely beating a lot of those teams 3-0 is a good accomplishment. Was it something that we focused on? No, but it definitely was the result of other focuses.
You went 8-2 at home this season, and throughout the middle of the season, you went on an impressive 10-game win streak during the middle of the season. There are a number of positives as you look back on the season. What are you most proud of, and what was kind of the biggest highlight for you this season?
I thought the highlight was the whole season. I mean, we had a good one. We played well at tournaments. We swept the Neosho County tournament. I mean, we never even dropped a set down there, and that was something that I was very proud of. Seeing Ty make Player of the Week, being one of the first Highland volleyball players for a while to make the Player of the Week, that was good. We had a good tournament up at Iowa Central, a big win in 5 sets against them. Definitely the 3-0 sweep against Fort Scott. I mean, we've had a lot of highlights this season.
Coach, if you were to look back, what would have been to you the most exciting game to coach in this season?
Fort Scott at home.
Fort Scott at home game. If you could sum up the 2016 volleyball season in one phrase, what would that phrase sound like?
I would just say, kind of like I said earlier, just moving up. I think that, like I said, this year we've set an example. We, received national votes throughout the season. We finished in the top 20 poll. I think, again, next year we'll see ourselves right there throughout the season, and I think that's a new normal for us.
Coach, a very good year for Highland volleyball, finishing overall 24-14 on the season, the first 20-win season since 2011. Coach, congratulations on a great year, and we look forward to what next season will bring for us.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. We'll be right back after this short break. We'll be joined by head football coach Aaron Arnold as he talks about their 48-10 victory over Coffeyville this past weekend at Kessler Field. You're watching Scottie Sports Talk. And welcome back to Scottie Sports Talk, streaming live from the campus of Highland Community College. Now joining us on the show, head football coach Aaron Arnold. Aaron, welcome back.
Thanks for having me.
Coach, a big 48-10 win on Saturday over the number 9 ranked team in the nation, the Red Ravens at Coffeyville Community College. Just the 5th time to defeat the Red Ravens in Highland program history.
Yeah, it was a nice win. I think 3 of the 5 have been in the last 3 years here, so we've kind of, maybe start to reestablish the balance in the conference a little bit, which is good. It was a good team win. I think, looking back at it, the thing that was exciting for me about it is that it was a complete game. I think it was really the first time in my tenure as a head coach that I thought we've played a complete game. We were good in all 3 phases. We were good in special teams. We played pretty well on offense, and we were very, very good on defense, and it was a fun game for everyone.
Coach, let's start on your offense. Your offense got it done both on the ground and also through the air. You rushed for 269 yards and passed for 205. A very, very impressive offensive outing.
Yeah, I think we did a good job offensively. We worked hard this week on our game plan, and we wanted to make sure we were sharp. And we knew the defense was going to have their hands full with Coffeyville's high-powered offense. And we went into the game really expecting maybe a little bit more of a shootout, and we knew we had to score. I think we were a little bit more balanced this week than we have been. We've relied heavily on the run throughout the last couple of wins here, and we knew that we'd have to be able to throw the ball a little bit. And Khalil and all of our receiver group went out and did a great job converting some big plays for us in the pass game, and that really helped open up the run game for us.
Coffeyville scored a touchdown on their first possession of the game and a field goal later down in the second quarter. Other than that, your offense or your defense was very solid.
Yeah, the opening drive, Coffeyville goes out, and I think it was an 8 or 9 play drive, and they just kind of bang, 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 marched it right down the field and punched one in, and I thought, okay, here we go. This is going to be a shootout. We were correct in our assessment. Coach Vaughn did a great job making some adjustments and getting some things corrected. And what had happened, we were a little bit banged up, and so we had a couple of guys playing out of position. And things happen fast when you're not playing a familiar position. And those guys settled in and really kind of got it rolling on defense. And I thought the defense was outstanding. I thought they did a great job playing a little bit shorthanded. They went out and did a really good job to hold a very, very talented offense on Coffeyville to their season low for points. So it was a good day for the defense.
A lot of firsts for the Scotties on Saturday. We'll cover them here. 48 points is the most ever scored on Coffeyville. It's the first time we have back-to-back wins over Coffeyville ever. Like I said earlier, the 5th win over Coffeyville in program history. Quarterback Khalil Render set a new school record with 33 career touchdown passes in his career here at Highland. And you got win number 7, the first 7-win season at Highland since 1993.
Yeah, those are all great things.
Great numbers you love to hear, right?
Yeah, it's good. I think what people don't always understand is that result that happened on Saturday is the culmination of 5 years of hard work. I mean, we've been here since 2011 working to build this program and get this program to the place where we're at. It didn't just happen overnight. So I'm proud of where the program's at. And I'm proud of our guys. I thought our guys did a great job on Saturday, and I'm happy that we're starting to get some of the results that I think that they've worked hard and earned.
Let's talk about quarterback Khalil Render. Khalil went 12 for 22, passing for 205 yards, 4 passing touchdowns, and rushed for 17 yards and 1 rushing touchdown. Definitely one of his better games of the season.
I told Khalil after the game I thought it was the most efficient game he had ever played, and that's not the greatest adjective in the world, but I think if you understand what we want from him, that's to me is the nicest thing I can say to a quarterback is that he was efficient. He went out and he executed our game plan as close to perfectly as you can. I told him after the game how proud of him I was. I said, not one time were you selfish with the football, and he kind of laughed. He said, one time I was, Coach, and so we had a good laugh. But Khalil did a good job. Khalil got a lot of help. We've got some receivers that make a quarterback's life very easy. We've got some guys that even when they're not open, they're open, and they find a way to make plays. And then the offensive line, I thought, played out as well as we've played as a group. They've really grown a lot, and Khalil and all of our skilled players really benefit from what those guys do up front.
2 of your running backs went for over 100 yards each. Raquan Dickens rushing the ball 17 times for 102 yards and 1 touchdown. And obviously the household name, Marquez Terry, carrying the ball 27 times for 113 yards. Marquez, in fact, now leads the nation in rushing yards this season. That's just another testament to that young O-line of yours.
Yeah, running the football is kind of the ultimate group effort. You'll never be a good football team if you can't run the football, and the only way to be able to run the football is to have a team and have guys that are selfless and are willing to go out and sacrifice their bodies so that someone else can have success. And that's what it takes. We've got 10 guys blocking and working hard so that one of our ball carriers can go pick up 6 yards. It also helps to have 2 great running backs back there. We've got a nice little 1-2 punch. Marquez leads the country in rushing yards and leads the conference in rushing touchdowns, but Raquan leads the conference in yards per carry, and frankly, if he got as many touches as Marquez does, he might lead the conference in the country in rushing yards. He's a very talented running back as well, and as a play caller, it definitely makes life a lot easier to know you've got all those weapons on offense. It's just a matter of giving them the ball and letting them go do their thing sometimes.
Balin Brumfield. What an afternoon for the young man out of Clay Center, Kansas. 4 catches, 77 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
I really like Balin. I think his future is very bright with us. Balin is a little bit undersized as a true freshman and kind of got thrust into a position that most freshmen aren't really ready for, and we've tried to kind of bring Balin along a little bit. Balin's role was limited early on in the season, and as he's improved and gotten more comfortable, what's happened with him is that he's gotten more confident. He's starting to see what we see as coaches, that he's a very talented, very good football player. And as he starts to believe in himself more and more, I think he's going to continue to grow and develop. And what's exciting really for me just looking forward is Balin gets an off season and gets to get in the weight room and get a little bit bigger and faster and stronger. I think Balin has a chance to be one of the better tight ends that we've had here. The biggest thing about Balin is that he's what I want as a Highland guy. He works hard every single day. He seeks out coaching. He's up in our office trying to get extra work put in. He wants to get better, just a blue-collar guy that does it the right way. I hope he has 2 touchdowns every game.
Coach, you alluded to this earlier, but your offense got it done. Your defense forced 2 turnovers on Saturday, and you scored on special teams. How good does it feel as a coach? And I know you talked about this earlier a little bit, but how good does it feel to have your team perform so well in all 3 phases of the game?
It's good. I think as a coach, we go through the same things that our players go. We have to be careful to really assess the game and not start to spend too much time thinking about how good we are, because you go back and watch that game film, and I don't know how accurate that score really reflects the way the game went. I think there's some things early on that, one call here, one catch here, and that game could have been very differently. So I think as coaches, it's really important for us that we just keep focusing on getting better and keep pushing to get these guys better, and the players need to go out and do the exact same thing. We've got a big game coming up this week, and we just need to make sure that that's what we're focused on. When the season's over, maybe we can take some time and look back and reflect on all the great things that happened this year. But right now, we just need to get our nose down and go get to work on trying to beat Ellsworth.
That's right. You're at Ellsworth on Saturday, your last regular season game of the year. What are you looking forward to for this coming Saturday?
This is a very challenging game for us. First of all, Ellsworth's a very good football team, very talented. They have some great players on defense and great players on offense. They're very well coached. They will create some problems for us with some things that they do. They're a very good football team. It's an overnight trip for us. It's a long travel game for us, and then we're coming off of an emotional win. It's a kind of a recipe for disaster for us, and so I talked to the team about it today, and I talked to the coaches about it. We need to be on our A game all week preparing, and we need to go out and have a great preparation tomorrow. And we need to make sure that we remain focused on what we're trying to do, because it's the season's so close to being over, but it's not over yet. And we need to really, I think as a team, we need to do 2 things that we haven't done a very good job of. We need to learn how to handle our success, and we need to finish. And those will be the 2 things that we'll emphasize this week as we try to wrap the season up, is handling success the right way and being a team that knows how to finish.
Great. Well, Coach, congratulations on your win on Saturday, and good luck this coming Saturday as you travel to Ellsworth.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
We're going to take a short break, and when we return, we're going to be joined by sophomores Antonio Cole and Damari Kitt to talk about Saturday's victory. You're watching Scottie Sports Talk. And welcome back to Scottie Sports Talk, streaming live from the Stadium Center on the campus of Highland Community College. Now joining us, sophomore safety Antonio Cole and sophomore wide receiver Damari Kitt. Guys, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having us, Tyler.
Antonio, let's start with you. And let's go back to last week, your game against Fort Scott. You were named Conference Defensive Player of the Week after a big game at Fort Scott. What does that honor mean to you?
It means a lot, but we really have to give it to our coaches. They helped prepare us a lot in that week. That was a tough week. We came from a loss. we beat Western, but we lost all our games away, so that was a tough one. We needed to get that win, so.
Antonio, you got your fourth interception of the season on Saturday and returned it 60 yards before getting brought down by the defense there. What are you reading, or what do you look for when you drop back into coverage?
My coach, he taught us to read the quarterback's shoulders. In Coffeyville, they were ranked number 1 for passing, so it was pretty tough. But I was in the right spot. And so happy. Yeah, I got to go against them every day, so. And our quarterback, so it helps a lot.
You only allowed 10 points on Saturday. Coach talked about it earlier, to a team that was number 1 in conference in points per game, averaging 32, and you held them to 10. How were you able to shut down their offensive attack?
We just went man to man. Our coaches said our guys are good enough to man up with them, and that's what we did. We stopped them. So.
Damari, slide over to you here. Congrats on a great performance on Saturday, catching the ball 5 times, 106 yards, and 2 touchdowns. What was Saturday's win like to you?
It was a good win for the team because coming off a few losses, even though we beat out Western, like you said, it was just a good win for the team for us to get back up and finish the season right.
Damari, defenses, they've been keen on you since early in the season, and sometimes getting in double coverage on you. How are you able to continually get open and get the ball?
Technically, it's not me doing that. It's the other players around me. You know, we have good enough players to where they realizing that if they key on me, they're going to be open. So once that start happening, then I start getting back open. I take advantage of it when I do.
Both your touchdown catches were diving catches into the end zone. What's going through your head when your number is called inside the red zone?
Like I said, I get limited opportunities, so when I get it, I got to go get it and make it happen.
Let's talk about this coaching staff here, guys. Both of you can answer this one. Tell us a little bit more about the coaching staff here.
You want to go first?
It's honestly my favorite coaching staff I've had. Heck, this is my 3rd school in college. So our head coach was really cool. He doesn't nag you about things. I think he really picked a good group of guys to coach us. So he knows he's done his job well, so he doesn't have to do it all the time. So I like them. They're fun, and they stay on us a lot. So.
He stole my words.
You guys have 7 wins so far this season with 1 game to go. That hasn't happened since 1993. You have a chance to get to win number 8 next week at Ellsworth. But how special is that to make your mark on this program?
I think it's pretty special because coming from my high school, I've only lost 2 games in 4 years. So coming here and making a difference, I think that's a pretty good feeling for me inside and for the whole team.
Antonio,
Really, I think on paper, a lot of teams expected us to not win at all. So it's really a good accomplishment to beat a lot of these teams, and it's a good feeling to come out here and play like that. So.
well, gentlemen, you got 1 more to go this week at Ellsworth on Saturday. That is a 1 o'clock kickoff. So good luck on Saturday, and good luck or congratulations on the win last Saturday against Coffeyville. We're going to take a short break, and when we return, we'll be joined by head men's basketball coach Jerry Cole and freshman guard Jaquan Daniels. You're watching Scottie Sports Talk. And welcome back to Scottie Sports Talk. Now joining us, head men's basketball coach Jerry Cole and freshman guard Jaquan Daniels. Guys, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having us.
Coach, you opened up your season this weekend at the Cougar Booster Club Basketball Classic hosted by Barton County. You lost to Barton Friday night, 69-54. Take us through that first game of the season for you.
Well, yeah, obviously, playing Barton, that's a tough challenge. Playing them at Barton, that's a tougher challenge, and then to play them in the opening game of the season, it's a trifecta. I thought we played well, came out with a lot of energy, really played with them for the better part of the first half. We had a little 2-minute spell at about the 5-minute mark that gave them a double-figure lead going into the second half, and then they opened up with a 10-0 run and start the second half, and unfortunately that forced us to chase them the rest of the night, and just never could really get a hold of them after that. But I was really happy with how the guys played.
Like we kind of talked about a few weeks back when you were on the show, a lot of new faces on this roster, one sitting right next to me, that have never played in a college basketball game before. How do you feel the freshmen handled their first collegiate game?
I thought they did a really good job. We came out with a business approach, and you know, the guys had a lot of energy, played tough. You know, we played outstanding defense that entire game, held Barton to under 36% from the floor, 20% from three. You know, we just, you know, play with some nerves, more or less.
Mm-hmm. You struggled shooting the ball in the first half against Barton, but it kind of got it turned back around in the second. A little bit of nerves there in that first half.
Probably a little bit to do with Barton County. They're very long, very athletic. You know, they force you to play a little fast. They get you out of your offensive sets. You know, yeah, but nerves did play a part, no question about it. And we shot the ball a little bit better in the second half. Finished just a little better, but then again, they were holding the lead, and so that changes how you play the game.
Jaquan, you were the only Scottie to score in double figures on Friday, posting your first double-double of the season, 24 points, 10 rebounds. How did the game feel for you Friday?
It felt great. You know, I give credit to my teammates for getting me open, had confident knockdown shots.
You missed only one shot Friday night, and that was on a rebound. You were trying to dunk it in, and you missed that attempt. But that was your only missed shot of the evening. You shot the ball very well.
Yeah, like I said, I give credit to my teammates for getting me open, be able to knock down shots, and give the ball to the teammates for they can knock down shots too.
Coach, in Saturday's game, you took care of business against Washburn University JV, winning 80-66. Tell us more about Saturday's win.
Yeah, I thought we played more comfortable. We came out with a little bit of a confidence that we didn't have the night before. Obviously, we had never played. We started 5 freshmen the night before, and never played in a college basketball game. The next day, all those nerves were gone, and we jumped on them right away. Kind of kept them underneath us the entire time, and obviously we shot the ball much better the next day, and you know, I thought we played pretty well. Once again, we're really good defensively.
You had 4 players in double figures scoring on Saturday, opposed to the one the night before. Do you think the guys felt more comfortable?
Yes, I think so. You know, we shared the ball better, and we were able to you know, find better, more open looks, you know, against the zone, which, you know, Washburn JV played most of the game.
Friday night, your team combined for only 6 total assists on the night. Saturday, your team had 22. Big difference from Friday to Saturday. What was the difference?
Probably just the defensive set that we had to take on. That, you know, when you're playing against the zone, if you're going to be successful, you're going to share the ball a lot more. You know, but you know, when you knock down 14 threes, you know, with a bunch of freshmen, you feel pretty good about, you know, what the future may hold for you. And you know, we were just a lot more comfortable out there.
Jaquan, you had another strong game on Saturday, scoring 14 points and dishing out 4 assists. What was different from Friday to Saturday from the team's perspective?
Friday night I had more shots advantage. Saturday night I couldn't take the shots that I wanted to take, so I passed the ball to my other teammates, and they'd be able to make the shots and knock them down.
Coach, you don't play until Friday. Are there things that now, after the first kind of few games of the season, that you can go into practice and kind of focus a little bit more on?
Yeah, today we talked about continuing with our defensive pressure. We wanted to work on our pressing a little bit more. We didn't press Barton very much. We came back, we pressed Washburn quite a bit, not necessarily successfully, and we'll have to do a little better job for the rest of the week. Today was a Monday, and we kind of played and we practiced like it. But yeah, we've got to clean up some of our offensive stuff. I thought Martin County took us out of our offensive stuff with pressure, and we just weren't ready for that. So consequently, shooting percentage was down, and we had to take some shots outside of our offensive schemes. So we'll have to work on that, and we'll keep putting more things in.
Coach, you guys compete in the KCK Classic this weekend, taking on Living the Dream on Friday and Link Your Prep on Saturday. What do you expect from those two teams?
Well, they'll both be very, very talented from different perspectives. Living the Dream, those are former college guys. They're done with their career. Several of them played overseas and came back. Most of them are in the workforce now, and so they're still living that dream of playing college basketball. We've played them in the past. We beat them, and they've beaten us, so they're very good. Link here, that's a prep school, and they're getting help from LSU. They're getting help from another Texas Division I. Very, very talented. They've already beat NEO. They played some other people very tough. That'll be a tough challenge on short rest the next day. So we'll have to play well this weekend to grab a couple wins.
Jaquan, what are you looking forward to this weekend at the tournament?
Some wins, 2 W's I want to bring home.
All right, well, congratulations anyway on Saturday. The Scotties are 1-1 on the year, and they travel to KCK to compete in their Classic on Friday and Saturday. That's all we have for tonight. Thanks for tuning in, and be sure to keep up to date with everything happening in Highland Athletics by checking out our athletic website at scottieathletics.com or checking us out on Instagram, Twitter, or Snapchat at HCC Scotties. Remember, the Scottie women are playing right now, and at the end of the first quarter, the Scottie women lead 21-13. You can follow updates on that game on Twitter by following at HCC Scotties. Thanks for tuning in, and have a great night.